The live-action Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer has finally been released, and it's left us feeling a whole assortment of emotions. Now, in case you've been out of the loop, Paramount and Sega have teamed up to bring us something we weren't really sure we actually wanted, a live-action Sonic movie. So today we're breaking down what happened in the trailer with this video and explaining some of the things that seem to deviate from the classic video games. Let's start off by discussing what happened in the trailer. It starts off with a blue blur speeding across an empty road, passing by a sheriff's car that reads Green Hills. The speedometer in the car reads 760, and James Marsden, the officer in the car, is confused as hell. Cut to Marsden picking up a glowing, seemingly electrified strand of blue hair. Or rather, a quill, because you know, Sonic is a hedgehog. The Paramount logo then appears, which may be perhaps the coolest part about this trailer. The logo has incorporated the rings and sound effects from the video game. We then cut to a POV shot of Sonic running through the forest and then dropping down into a den under the ground, where we see his shadow cross in front of a massive pile of shoes, which are all used and discarded and is kind of gross. It's either because he burns out the shoes from running too hard, which is probably the case, or he just has really nasty feet. Could be both. We then see Sonic's realistic little hands, another moment, pop in a cassette tape which starts playing the song Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio. I'm not making this shit up. This then plays over top of shots of Sonic doing stretches in the middle of a road before hunching down to run with voiceover that says, "Gotta go fast." There's an energy explosion of sorts, and then we get a bird's eye view shot of the power going out of a city. We then cut to a military general, or at least I think a general, in front of a group of other military types, probably in Washington DC, briefing them that 20 minutes ago an energy surge knocked out power across the entire Pacific Northwest. We then see footage of a large bus roll into a military base, and then the general suggests bringing someone in, to which one of the other generals responds, "You're not suggesting who I think you're suggesting." And bam! We get our first glimpse of Jim Carrey in action as Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik, antagonizing the guy in charge of the base for a solid 30 seconds. That's before we cut to the next scene, where James Marsden bursts into a trailer with his gun and flashlight, discovering Sonic for presumably the first time. Sonic's reaction is, meow? And Marsden shoots him with a tranquilizer. We then cut to Sonic sitting in a car with Marsden, who says he wants answers, and Sonic replies that he's going to have to save their planet, all while Robotnik uses a robot to attempt to attack them while they drive. Sonic blasts the robot off the road, but Robotnik keeps on coming. We then see Carrey looking at one of Sonic's quills, stating that whoever this creature is, it's their job to secure it, neutralize it, and see what makes it tick. From there we get a montage of Sonic in action fighting Robotnik's robots, all to the captions of, "Every hero has a Genesis," which is actually a nice little callback to the Sega Genesis, the first video game system that Sonic appeared on. Then the trailer ends off with a slow motion sequence in which Robotnik fires a ton of small rockets at Sonic, and the hero runs through them all in a very Quicksilver in the Fox X-Men films kind of way. Except, compared to the X-Men Quicksilver scenes, it appears as if time has completely frozen, which definitely is not the case. It's probably just a stylistic choice to show off just how fast Sonic is, except, you know, he has dialogue in it, which doesn't really make any sense, because I guess he can speak super fast too. Sorry, we're getting nitpicky. From there we get the end title card that makes use of more of the video game franchise's sound effects, followed by a comical scene where James Marsden has Sonic in a duffel bag in a building, and he's asked by bystanders if he has a child in his bag, to which he responds, "Not my child." So, what does all of this mean? This is the first time we see this realistic Sonic in action outside of leaked images. While he's a little easier to digest in this form, we still can't get over his limbs, those fingers, those legs. It's all still a little unsettling. The voice acting from Ben Schwartz at least seems to be pretty solid though. And if we're being critical, the moment between Sonic and James Marsden where Sonic pretends to be a cat in a last-ditch effort to not get shot really felt like the trailer was attempting to appeal to viewers the same way that the Detective Pikachu trailer did. Except, you know, Pikachu looks like a soft and cuddly Pikachu, and Sonic has weird legs that we still can't get over. Combined with the Quicksilver similarity that we mentioned earlier, it seems that there's a few things in the film that have been borrowed from other franchises and made use of. This trailer also gave us a glimpse of some new tricks that Sonic has up his sleeve, or in his shoes. During the montage in which we see Sonic running around, there's a moment where he throws a ring into the air, and the ring expands. Its insides become a portal, teleporting James Marsden and another character elsewhere out of danger. That's a power that's new, and feels a little bit like Doctor Strange's sling ring from the MCU. Aside from some blatant rip-offs, let's talk about the actual actors in the film, specifically Jim Carrey and his Dr. Robotnik. A big chunk of the trailer is preoccupied by Dr. Robotnik's arrival and Jim Carrey doing what he does best, although it does seem a little like Carrey is playing a caricature of other roles he's had in the past. Luckily, this seems to change ever so slightly as the trailer goes on, and dissipates a bit. But let's talk about his look. He has hair. He's relatively slim. That doesn't align much with what the fans of Sonic games will know Eggman as. But fret not, friends, the end of the trailer also gives us a glimpse of Robotnik that's much more in line with the look that the villain has in the video games, which we'll likely see more of in future trailers and teases. How he ends up going through this visual transformation is yet to be known. But here's another point riffing on that, and perhaps something that could explain a lot of the film and the direction that the narrative's going in. This Robotnik originates on Earth. The military is very familiar with him. Sonic also mentions to James Marsden that he's here to save their planet. This implies that Sonic will likely be coming from elsewhere, or, based on his dead and discarded shoe collection, I guess Earth shoes just aren't as durable, I suppose, Sonic has been trapped here for a while. Perhaps the Robotnik we see at the end of the teaser is actually a Robotnik from the future. Or, what Robotnik becomes before the video game narratives begin, who came from Earth following Sonic and ended up in his world, ultimately becoming the Robotnik that we know from the games. And last but not least, let's talk a little bit about Gangsta's Paradise. The song by Coolio plays throughout the trailer, and out of everything that happened in this teaser, it's what has us the most baffled. Like, really? Really? This is the song you chose to use, Paramount? I'm sorry, but how are we supposed to take any of this seriously when we have Sonic running around to Gangsta's Paradise? How is that any bit relevant? Anywho, musical choices aside, we're curious to see how Sonic is brought into our world, and what kind of threat he's attempting to stop. Could it just be Robotnik? Assuming that the energy trace those military types we're discussing came from Sonic, as the trailer implied, that could be the case. Or perhaps that energy source is the threat that Sonic is trying to stop, and Robotnik and the government are hot on his tail, thinking that he's the threat to the planet instead. Oh, theories galore. So, what do you guys all think? Are we being a little too harsh about this trailer? Do you think this film actually stands a chance at being good? Can you get over Sonic's strange, realistic body? Or do you think Jim Carrey will be the only good thing in this movie? Let us know all of your thoughts and feels in those comments below. If you dug this video, spread the love, hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Gaming for all of your video game related content needs. In the meantime though, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one.